She already knows what she desires. The problem is, she's convinced you're not ready to hear it. So let me ask you something real. How deeply do you actually know the woman in your life? Not the easy stuff. Not what she orders at her usual coffee place or what show she puts on when she needs to unwind. I mean the stuff underneath all that. The things she thinks about when the room goes quiet. The things sitting right at the edge of her tongue that she swallows back down because she's not sure you'll get it. Here's what most men go their whole lives without being told. The woman you're with is carrying a whole inner world. Wants that run deep. Things she's turned over in her mind for a long time. And the reason none of it has made it to the surface isn't about trust. It's about safety. Nobody created the kind of space where she felt free enough to just say it. That changes today. The first thing she wants, and almost never admits, is to feel genuinely desired, not depended on. There's a gap between those two things that most men never notice, but every woman lives inside. When a man needs a woman, it feels like weight, like obligation. But when a man wants her, really wants her, specifically, deliberately, that feels completely different. That feels like being seen. She wants to know that if you had every option in the world sitting in front of you, you'd still come back to her. Not out of routine. Not because it's easier than starting over, but because something about her, the real her, makes you want to stay close. Most women won't ask for this. Asking for it makes them feel exposed, like they're fishing for something you might not give. So they stay quiet and they wonder, does he still actually see me? Does he still pick me on purpose? Answer that question. And don't save it for birthdays. Answer it on a random Wednesday when nothing special is happening. The second thing she craves is emotional safety, and she needs it before anything else can open up. Men tend to think desire is physical first. For most women, that's completely backwards. Desire begins in the mind, and the mind follows the emotional temperature you set. She wants to exist around you without editing herself, without filtering, without quietly calculating how much of herself is too much. Being truly known by someone, the whole person, not just the presentable parts, is its own kind of deep intimacy. And for many women, that feeling is more satisfying than anything else. She won't hand you a manual. But when she grows distant, when she pulls back, when connection between you starts feeling thin, she's waiting. Waiting for that space to exist. You build it by asking real questions and actually staying for the answer. By putting the phone down. By letting her have your full, unhurried attention. Third, she wants to lead sometimes. And she needs to feel like you actually welcome that. This doesn't get nearly enough conversation. A lot of women quietly want to be more expressive, more forward, more in charge of how things unfold between you. But there's something stopping them. It's the fear of being judged for it, of stepping forward and watching your face shift into something uncomfortable. The world has handed women a confusing script for years. Be desirable, but don't be too forward. Be passionate, but don't make it awkward. So they learn to fold that part of themselves away, even with someone they genuinely love. If you want her to open up, she needs proof first. Proof that stepping forward won't cost her anything. Be the partner who lights up when she takes initiative. That unspoken permission rewrites everything. Fourth, she wants your slow, purposeful attention, the kind with no end goal attached to it. Life moves fast. Everything wants something from you. But what she's quietly longing for is to be on the receiving end of attention that isn't going anywhere. No agenda, no rush, just presence. A hand resting on her back for no reason, sitting close just because. A conversation that runs long past when it needed to stop. That kind of attention tells her something that words rarely manage to say. It tells her she's not a means to an end. She's someone you actually want to be around. For a woman who spends her days being useful, being needed, holding things together for everyone else, that feeling is rare. And when she finds it, she doesn't let go easily. Fifth, and this one matters most, she wants you to be curious about her without being asked to be. She doesn't need you to already have all the answers. She needs you to care enough to keep looking for them. There's a version of a partner who asks questions because it feels like the right thing to do. And there's a version who asks because he genuinely wants to know. She feels the difference instantly. The thing she's actually hoping for isn't someone perfect. It's someone who keeps paying attention, who picks up on small things, who brings something up weeks later because he was still thinking about it. That quality, that real ongoing curiosity about who she is, lands deeper than almost anything else. Because it says one simple thing. You think she's worth figuring out. Now here's where it all lands. Nothing in here requires a grand moment. No speech, no huge gesture. What it takes is showing up with intention, creating room for her to exist fully, and staying in that room without pushing towards something. She's carrying more than you probably realize, more depth, more desire, more that she wishes she could say out loud. Your job isn't to be perfect. Your job is to make her feel safe enough to stop hiding. Do that, and what grows between you won't just be better, it'll finally be real.